Luis Enrique, as we understand it right now, talking to Chelsea, but Nagelsmann's still in the frame, is he?
He is. It's like Groundhog Day. Last week it was Tottenham. This week it's Chelsea. And they have gotten in touch with Nagelsmann representative earlier this week after the decision was made on Graham Potter. And I mean, there's some feeling that Chelsea want to get ahead of maybe Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain. Sure, they have contacted Luis Enrique, but they also have contacted Nagelsmann's camp, Nagelsmann's agency, to discuss whether he would like to join them rather soon. Because knowing that Nagelsmann actually wanted to maybe wait until the summer, but Chelsea, they want to make a decision rather shortly.
Yeah, it is about speed and haste now, though, as you rightly say. Over in Paris this morning, stories running that Christophe Galtier at PSG's got a couple of games to save his job. So all of a sudden, if they come in the frame with the kind of money they can offer, Nagelsmann's head might be turned in their direction.
Can you imagine you're texting with different people who might be potential romantic suitors? And last week he was texting to Tottenham. Now he's more engaged texting to Chelsea, and maybe next week it's Paris. And I don't know. Imagine Real Madrid, they are getting knocked out from the Champions League against Chelsea. Then maybe he's texting with them. So I guess he's a sought after man right now.
He sure is. What is Nagelsmann's thought in this, Christoph? Is he more prone to say yes to Chelsea than he would to Tottenham?
He is. That's what I have gotten from his side, is that he's much more interested in getting the Chelsea job than the Tottenham job because of the just financial firepower and Todd Bowley's ambition to be the number one in Europe. I mean, that's what he wants to be with Chelsea. On the other hand, Nagelsmann's agency, they want to discuss long-term vision. Because right now Chelsea are going on a shopping spree. That's nice, but what's the long-term vision? Is there actually a plan? And also, Nagelsmann is not fond of coaching 40 players, which also made Graham Potter struggle at sometimes, right? Because you have I don't know how many people on the training ground. That's actually not something Nagelsmann has been used to. At Bayern, for instance, he had a squad of 22 people, managing only the best of the best, only a elite group. So yeah, there are some discussions to be had. Maybe Luis Enrique is someone who just says yes to everything, and Nagelsmann doesn't. I don't know.
How relevant is it, his relationship with Christopher Vivell and Lawrence Stewart, who he knew both from RB Leipzig? Do you think that's relevant in this process? Because obviously he knows them.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially Christopher Vivell. He wasn't named as one of the people leading the recruitment process right now. But what I know from Chelsea is that he is much more influential behind the scenes than people realize right now. And Christopher Vivell, he started as an intern at Hoffenheim when Nagelsmann was the assistant coach there. And then they met again at Leipzig. And Vivell is a big fan of Nagelsmann, really a huge admirer. And Lawrence Stewart is also someone who has gotten along well with Nagelsmann. So these two are probably fond of him. And I mean, I don't think that will cloud their judgment. But if you have two people potentially lobbying for you, I mean, that can help you.
What about the age situation? Because although there's different rumours and stories about things at Munich with different players, but if you think at Chelsea, some of the players, in effect, you could have a 35-year-old talking to Thiago Silva about, who's older than him and obviously done more than him, and this type of dynamic. I'm never convinced by that. I think it's a recipe for disaster, personally.
Yeah, I mean, he's young, but he's not short in confidence, Nagelsmann, right?
No, absolutely not. I mean, he's convinced that he's the best, or potentially the best, and will be the best in the world, in the coaching world at least. I mean, look back at Bayern. Who was the one player who didn't get along with Nagelsmann and actually got into a fight with Nagelsmann, at least a verbal fight? Manuel Neuer, who's older than Nagelsmann. Yeah, 36-year-old goalkeeper who has won the World Cup, the Champions League, was at one point the best goalkeeper in the world, arguably. And he respected Nagelsmann to an extent, but he wasn't he's not really my boss. He's more of my equal. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about Thiago Silva. I always thought he's a very respectful person. But of course, there is some doubt when someone comes in, is 35 years old, and only looks like he's 35 years old.
Yeah, I didn't just mean Thiago Silva, because you've got Azpilicueta who's been there a long time. Even players who are in their early 30s, you are looking at an equal rather than a guy who...
Constantine, I don't remember my 30s, mate. Even my 40s. My 50s, maybe. Constantine, to finish with, is it your belief that no matter what, Nagelsmann, come the start of next season here in England, will be a Premier League manager?
No, I'm not sure. Because it's either the Chelsea job or nothing, and then he might pivot to Paris or Madrid. So he's not someone who's determined to go to England. He's just determined to go to a big club and win trophies and just prove that he's the best in the world. And if Chelsea is the right destination for that, all right. If not, if it's Paris, if it's Madrid, if it's some other club, then he goes there. I mean, the only advantage for him would be that going to England, speaking English is much easier for him than maybe going to Spain and learning or polishing up your Spanish.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.